guys, this one's an international. This one's a little bit different. Same thing, driver heard a pop, lost power. But this one's a little bit different because it did lose power because of this. It popped the hose. This is a fresh air supply to the air compressor that's way back there. But now we got a different problem. It doesn't want to start. Cranks, no start. But it blew the hose. And so now we got this other problem we got to deal with. When we discovered that we had a crank, no start, the first thing we did is we reviewed with the driver exactly what had happened to the truck prior to it not being able to restart. As we investigated, we discovered that there was a strong smell of gasoline in the diesel tank. We pulled the filters and we went ahead and took a sample, and we used a hydrometer to do a gravity test of the fuel, which confirmed that we had a dilution of about 50%, which turned out to be about correct. This is a 70-gallon tank that was filled at 100%, and the driver had a receipt for 29 gallons of fuel that he had just purchased. And here I'm going to show you the different weights using the hydrometer, a very valuable tool, which quickly verified the root cause of the crank, no start. Most people would say that the high pressure pump is junk and the injectors need to be replaced. That's about a $35,000 bill at the dealer. But we went ahead and spoke with the customer, and he agreed he was willing to roll the dice. We drained the tank using the truck's system to evacuate the tank. You have to be extremely careful because it is gasoline. It's highly volatile and the vapors are extremely dangerous. But the customer decided that he was willing to take a chance, drain the tank, rinse it out, and then fill it with diesel, and then put brand new filters and see what we had, which we went ahead and we did that. At the end of the day, the truck ran just fine, and we were able to get him on the road with no further issues. We did have to improvise on the fresh air supply hose to the air compressor, which was not a big thing, but like I've always said, when you go out on the road as a field mechanic, all you got is what you brought, and you have to make it work with whatever you got on hand. And you'll see in the next video how we improvised on the fly so we could get the customer going. And then again, the most important thing here was that we were very diligent in interrogating the driver, putting all the things, all the facts together to come up with a solution. We didn't knee jerk. We didn't go for the high pressure pump right off the bat. We didn't go for the injectors, which most dealers, that's what they'll do. As soon as they smell gas, they're going to want to hit you for the pump. They're going to want to hit you for the injectors. Depending on the area you're at, you're looking at about $35,000 to $40,000 for that repair. Plus, you have to wait and see to find out if the parts are all available or how long you're going to be down waiting for parts to show up. Here you can see me draining the gasoline into my sump tank, and then we're siphoning it with the truck's system into a waste oil tank that's on board the truck. Something very useful, something very handy. It keeps contamination down to almost nothing because it's just a very clean method. The truck does have a very nice vacuum system on it to siphon out the waste oil. And here we're going to go ahead and we're going to put it on the waste tank of the truck. Something that I really like, something that I really enjoy. Also, the restart was not real hard. We did prime it. It did take a couple of quick cranks. What I do is I'll crank the truck for no more than 20 seconds at a time. First it started up, ran for a bit, then it died, and then we cranked it again. And on the third time, she took and she kept idling. We did have a fault code for DPF, inlet high temperature. Okay, guys, the original hose is not available. It goes up like this and like that and whatever. So what we do is we improvise. We're going to use some coolant hose just to get him back home. He's about 145 miles from home base. So I think this is going to work because you remember it's a compressor. It's sucking in the air. It's not actually building the boost there, but most of the boost goes here. And this is actually absorbing the boost. So it's a metered leak is what you can call it. So I don't think this is gonna be a problem. And for those of you that don't know, water pump, especially with Caterpillar, we used to test the water pump pressure, And at idle it was like next to nothing, almost zero. But once you put it under a load, and what's kind of funny is once the boost kicked in, I don't know why, the boost would kick in, we would see pressures anywhere from 15 to 30 pounds of water pump pressure. So this is a coolant hose. This engine max is 35, and we know coolant is about 30, and this is a diesel semi hose, as they call it. So we're pretty sure it'll handle 45 on a surge, but normally this engine runs at about 20 pounds of boost around here, because it does a lot of slow moving. But anyway, I'm just gonna have the driver keep it under 60 on his way home, maybe 65 max, and he should be okay. We did have to improvise back here. We had to get creative with some fittings, a bar to make it the connection to the compressor. But you got to do what you got to do. We got him going. Hey, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Again, when you're a road mechanic, all you got is what you brought, and you got to make the magic happen. Dealer can't provide us with a hose, so we're gonna fabricate. Hey, thanks for watching.